Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video of Fire Gatling. Well, that's right. And today we're doing a tier list of all the Fortnite sprites in the game. And honestly, we're gonna just run down their abilities and all that cool shit. I don't know why I did that. Now we're gonna do off the base sprites, and first one we're gonna start with is Fire. But if you guys don't know how this will work, it is simple. I basically go through all the sprites except the variants. They just get their own little thing and I lift them up to this tier list. S is good, A is it was okay, but it was not as decent. B is meh. C is it's not bad, but it's not worse, but it's bad. And D is just pure on dog shit. And we'll be basically rating these off of appearance and ability. And what we're gonna start off is the basic trio. Now, the fire sprite, I'm moving to A tier. Decent design. I like the animation of its flame. But the only downside is it does create a fiery burst, which does attack the player and even the allies. If you guys haven't seen that, uh, in the very first video where in Fortnite where me and Pyro both sat there and played, and it would be ass, but since it did 15 damage to Pyro, even though he was not the enemy, he was an ally. It kind of puts an A. It was kind of bugged at first. It's a decent sprite that you should bring in the basic, and it's probably gonna stay in the highest rank of A. Um, the next one is Earth, and to be honest, I'm gonna say Earth design-wise, it's great, but the ability was not really mind-blowing. I didn't see much of a difference in the gameplay, so I would say B. And the ability it has a chance to find additional rare loot. Now, I've played with the Earth Sprite over 50 rounds, and I've seen no difference in loot or anything like that. So, bringing it in was kind of pointless. Now, the last one of the original trio that you log in to see is the water sprite. I'm saying this is S tier. And the reason why I'm saying this sprite is S tier is the design and also its ability to give you shield if you were in a water source like a river, a pond, a lake, etc. Really great sprite. And the reason why it's also an S is it gives you and your allies shield, and it could be it could be useful, especially if all of your squad mates or trio or duo are sitting there in the water, after you guys just killed it like a squad or something, and just endlessly getting shield because it's giving you shield per second. I do believe the only issue with it was I think midway through July it kind of bugged and it stopped healing or giving you shield. I mean, Epic Games. It's what happens when you give rid of like get rid of 1,000 plus workers, right? Now we're not gonna follow the order of the sprites, but we are gonna do the ghost sprite, and this is also going S tier. The being able to go invisible when you're loading is super useful, and the design of it just looks like a giant pillow. I'm not gonna lie. You snuffle your enemies out and you go invisible. Now we're not gonna like do every variant. The variants are all clumped up together, and if there was a variant I didn't like, I would just openly note it and move the variant down. You know how it's gonna work. Next one is going to be the demon sprite. That's also gonna be S tier. The design of it is just pure magnificent, man. Down to the exact like newt detail is perfect. And I love the sprite a lot more than most other sprites that were launched later on. And mostly because you could siphon HP out of enemies when eliminated. Amazing ability. And I think that this is the one of the few sprites that I actually do pick up even now. Same with the ghost. They're the only two sprites I'll pick up that are in the original. And it's really useful. And I think more people should use it. And I think it should return in the next season. I feel like those that are in S should return, and those in D should never return. There's no point in bringing those back. The next one we're gonna do is Punk Sprite, and to be honest, design wise, it's pretty good. But the ability, a lot of people didn't know what it was ability was. And if you don't know, the ability was basically if you had a magazine in the gun, you had infinite ammo, pretty much. But it didn't give you the ammo to use. It just gave you the same mag over and over. But that's why it's gonna be in B. I feel like it's a meh sprite. You have to have it maxed to even be useful. But when you do, it's really good unless you get shit on by a sweat, like the Kim Kardashian skins. And like the other variants of it, it's the exact same. They just get the boosted skill of that variant. But I feel like the punk is still a decent sprite in my opinion. Not that bad. and I think to honestly kind of come back in the next season, maybe not as what was it? It's legendary. I feel like it should be rare because it's kind of eh. If it's not max, it's complete another dog shit. But the next one we're gonna do is the King Sprite. You already know, boys. You already know. And let me just say this now: the tier list is my opinion. So Alec plays before I hear your fingers touch your screen. Fuck off. It's my opinion. The King Sprite, just D tier, dude. The ability to one-shot buildings, yeah, it's great. I get it. I get the nerds there to go in the comments, go, oh, well, you can get resources faster, or you could jump down builds and break it. A good work, nerd. I don't care. It was complete another dog shit. Yeah, sure, you can one-shot enemies, break shield, break health, but it was utterly dog shit. And I do not recommend ever using this in like a gunfight. You will get hosed by someone. Like, if I saw this sprite wandering around the fucking place, I'm sorry, I'm not picking you up. Like, the King Sprite has a great design, and I should move it up to C, but the ability is just so dog shit. It's not even worth it. It's not worth my time. And another sprite that should honestly be going to D is literally the Duck Sprite. The design is perfect. The ability is dog shit. Now you might be like, Fire, what's the Duck Sprite's ability? Well, let Daddy Fire Gatling tell you. The Duck Sprite's ability is if you dance, you get shield. And oh god, how shit that is. Yeah, there's some silent emotes in the game, but 90% of them, they make sound. What's the one thing a lot of players use in shooting games? Sound. You're gonna be sitting there in a fucking bush healing, and your enemy that just like got rid of all your shields is gonna wander over and go, who the fuck is hitting the floss near me? Look at the bush, and you're right then and there. It's complete other dog shit. And when I used it, well, I never really used it. I kind of just sat there and leveled it up and said, oh well, it's done. It's not worth my time either. It was not a good sprite when I first used it, and it's still not a good sprite. And the Dream Sprite, though, honestly, B tier. It's not even a bad sprite. The Dream Sprite basically grants you a random item each level, and blowing up basically when you get max. Really useful, especially if you want to do max grinding. And I don't even think it is a bad sprite. I like the design of the pillow. I like the design that it's actually asleep. I kind of wish that it had multiple like phases of like how it's worn down and dirty. I wish when you first get it at level 1 it's clean and then it slowly goes over. I did see someone post it also on Twitter. That was a great idea. And I feel like this is one of the few sprites. I feel like all the sprites should be able to self-extract when they hit level 5, except the variants, because like imagine, you max your demon sprite, it blows up, gives you maybe like 5 bullets of extra damage, That would be kind of cool. Maybe you get like 15 plus damage for it, It would be cool to see that. But they kind of just luck clustered it right here. Honestly, the sprite's actually way better than that. It should go to A. Fuck B, bro. It's pretty decent. Actually thinking about it. Hold on, hold on. Hold your horses. Hey, S tier? Ooh. Yeah, S tier. It might live in S tier. It's not even a bad sprite. It's just too good. It gives you. Sometimes I used it and I get like chug jugs out of it. It's pretty useful. Now we're gonna do the Batman sprite. See, it's good, and I do have a good argument for it. Redeploying, especially when you first start the match, is so fucking annoying. I've had to literally land in the sanctuary, and I'm endlessly trying to get out of the air. But the Batman sprite, when you activate it and get the glider, you basically get sent back up into the air for it. It's complete and utter ass. But the design is pretty good, and honestly, I know it's not coming back in the game, and I'm glad it's not. But I kind of wish it gave you like maybe a different ability. To be honest, the redeploy was kind of not my style. It was just not worth it. And we're gonna do another collab one, and that's the burnt peanut. Now, I know the design's complete and utter ass, and it should never be like above B. But it's pretty useful in the base game, or even randomly, being able to grant you mythic items when you kill someone. That's actually pretty good. It's not even that bad. I don't really care too much about the drama because, hey, to be honest, it's just drama. Who the fuck gives a shit nowadays? I mean, we're letting the president be the president with all the shit he's done. But the burnt peanut's not even that bad, in my opinion. And another one that's a what does the John Wick do? Oh, okay, John Wick. Holy shit, I didn't even notice that. John Wick goes to ass, dude. Being able to knock players and reveal other players in the area, that's actually really useful. And I think that's a sprite that people should honestly, it should honestly return, but we know it's a collab, so it's not going to. But it's pretty decent, and it should stay in S. Okay, let's see what Vinny does. Sprinting for a short time makes your slide destructive. Well, the ability's great, the design's eh, but it's really easy to counter the fuck out of this ability, and I feel like the sprite needs to be maxed even then. We just gonna put that in F. I mean, it all it takes is one shotgun, and Vinny Sprite's useless. Let's be honest. And now the Iron Mouse sprite, this one was the newer one, and regenerating health when low. And you can actually gain cloak if you have while regenerating. And to be honest, being able to cloak, and the cloaks are actually way better than the ghost. But I also hear she's really a bad person too. And again, I don't care for the drama, so we're just gonna do the sprites off the sprites. A tier. It's a better cloaking than the ghost sprite, but I've heard it's kind of ass. The sprite's not even worth picking up. I generally don't know. I think the ghost is a little bit better though, because when reloading, it's way better. Maybe what you could do is use them both, and then just switch in between them when you're reloading and then when you're really low. But I don't feel like you should have two sprites take up your inventory. It's not going to get you anywhere. We could we could put it to S behind John Wick, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep it right here. Now, the banana sprite. This is also a legendary sprite. Uh, emits a ping for players with rare sprites nearby, but marks you on the map. Ooh, okay. So basically, if you want to be a douchebag and steal people's sprites, the banana sprite's meant for you. Slip and slide, right? The design wise, it's literally just peely. Really great. Ability wise, that is a cunt move. Like if you're using the banana sprite, bro, you are an asshole to everyone in this into the like whole game, bro. I would say if this is more for like those that really want to target players, and in the season we've all seen players wait in the end of the battle bus waiting for the person that has like the 7 sprite or some shit and then just jumps off with them. But let's go back to like a really trashy sprite, right? The fishy sprite. D tier. It has a good design and the ability of being able to run faster when shot at and also being able to swim faster is great, but be honest, we have like the striker sprite that's decent. We have the aura. We have literally any other sprite that can do its job twice as better. And I feel like this is a sprite I just kind of pick up the day it launched, maxed it, and never touched it again. I don't think I ever touched a fish again. And talking about the striker sprite, that is honestly going to C. I'm not C, B. I think the design's great, and I think being able, whenever you hop over things, you are faster. I feel like that's a great thing, but the mobility kind of sucks. You don't really get to go as far as you think. You would have to go over multiple obstacles, just to even keep the speed on. So it's not a sprite that I think you should pick up either, but it's still a decent sprite otherwise. I mean, it's just hitting B. Now, a sprite I would say is great for combat. Honestly, we're going to say 7 goes to S and Aura goes to B. Now, let's talk about the 7 sprite. The 7 sprite for all squad mates see enemy footprints and also sprite footprints. Um, it's really great for that, like knowing where an enemy runs off to heal or to go rev. While the aura sprite is more for, oh shit, I did a lot of damage, but now I'm taking a lot of damage, so turn around and run away. It's really great for that. And especially, I think the aura sprite's really good, in my opinion. I've used all these sprites. And the striker sprite giving you a chance to double hop away is really great if you do enough damage. but it does kind of have a downside. If you do not do enough damage, even though you did like a shotgun to the face, you're not going to get that like shock rock and you're not going to be able to run away. You're going to get killed. The 7 sprite, though, is always as useful as ever, and I think people should pick it up a lot more. Now, this is a sprite I never used, the llama, but we are going to look at its ability because, I have the page. Opening ammo boxes have a chance to grant a weapon upgrade. What? So what? It just makes it like legendary or some shit? Is that literally all it does? Now I'm sorry if it's just gonna make me gold. There's no point picking that up, right? Well, I guess B. I mean the design's cool, but it's not the right ability. I feel like the ability should be if you open chests, you should be able to get more mythic gear out of that. I feel because it's a loot llama. Loot llamas usually gave out legendary weapons. Again, this is what happens when Fortnite gets rid of 1,000 players. I mean workers, not players. Stupid me. Now the polo sprite. Now I've used the polo sprite like barely, and I don't know its full ability, but we're gonna look at it. Upon earning an elimination, slowly replenish shield for you and nearby squad members for a duration. Okay. I mean, it's definitely not D. Giving every elimination you get is a shield for you and your allies. That's more of a support type sprite, and I would say probably the design's okay. It's clearly just a little chick. Like it's just a better version of you. It's literally just a better variant. So we have Alex plays dumbest son, and Alex plays his best son. And that's literally how that works. And to be honest, I don't really think the Polar Sprite's even that bad. It is mythic, so finding the fucking thing is impossible. Now, the Grim Reaper Sprite, S tier. It's a really good sprite. Being able, I think when you get shot at, it pings where the enemy that shot you is. Really good. Not the worst sprite. I love the design and I think the sprite should 100% return in the next season. I think it's really good. I think the fact that it's rarer than the 0 point though, not a good decision. The 0 point should be the rarest sprite in the whole game no matter what. So it should honestly get knocked down for being like bullshit, but it's okay. I do have like the Galaxy Gold and normal variant by the time you guys are watching this. Now, talking about a sprite that is pretty decent, boss sprite. And the reason why I'm putting it in A tier is it's great to use. The design's perfect. The only issue is if you're fucking fighting the guy. That's literally it. There's no way to counter a boss fight because all it is so much HP on like one person. So you're sitting there like having to shotgun him twice in the face to even kill him. Really great though. And unlike Nick A30, I'm not gonna bitch about the sprite much more. Now, the last sprite of the original variants is the 0 point. That honestly should goes to A. I like the design and actually, ah fuck the Grim. Get back down there. I like the 0 point design. It's really great. The ability is gorgeous. I actually remember the story of how I got my Grim. Oh, not my Grim, my 0 point. And me, Pyro, were both leaving a little hotel on the map where you first meet Sloan, and I find a fucking sprite guardian skin with this on his back, and you know your boy Fire Gatling had to put down a quick charge and fucking shockwave my ass over there. I knocked the guy, kill him. His teammate runs over, grabs the sprite, and starts fucking off. I grabbed a hunting rifle and I fucking sniped the guy out of the fucking air. No hesitation to it. No hesitation to it. It was gorgeous. Seeing the sprite hit the ground as I grabbed it and extracted it. Gorgeous. I remember that. Now let's go to the actual variants. Now the variants are gonna be on like their own. It's as the whole. Now gold variants. The gold variant was 2 times more XP for the sprite if you got an elimination. Now it's 3 times. I felt like they were just trying way too hard to make this sprite's variant for gold good, but I'm not gonna say it's dog shit. I wouldn't say it deserves B, but it also doesn't deserve A nor S. I mean, the sprites were good. They were the first kind. I honestly kind of like some of this gold sprites, but some of them just felt like just a spray paint version. So maybe, honestly, C. It's not even a bad variant of sprite. It's just the design I wish certain things changed. Like, On the Earth sprite, it was the leaves were still fucking green. They weren't even gold. Now I almost said cold. Another sprite variant that was really good on launch was the gummy, and that's going to be. Actually, we'll put gold right there too. Gummy made them look so edible. I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed seeing this sprite wander around. My favorite one is the gummy ghost. That one's my favorite. That looks like a gummy popsicle. I'm not gonna lie. The gummy's ability, I think, is you get more sprite dust out of the gummy. I do believe. Pretty sure. Yeah, you get 20% more sprite dust. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I never noticed the difference between the sprite dust. I didn't care enough to go, oh, how much sprite dust am I gonna get? I didn't really notice. Now, Galaxy. I would put it to A. No, S. But I'm moving it down to A. And the reason why is some of the Galaxy sprites don't even look like they're Galaxy. They just look like a spray painted version of that sprite. And this is mostly noticeable in certain sprites. Now, the fire sprite looks like it's made out of the cosmos. Earth, water, same thing. Ghost and the Batman one look like they just got spray painted. That's literally it. Doesn't even look like they're different. They just look spray painted on. And it kind of ruins the whole like, oh, it's a galaxy, you know? And as much as I love every variant is bright, the Galaxy was my favorite of the launch, and it's not even that bad. Foil. I know I said it wrong, and I don't care. C. The variant itself is great. The design, it just feels like a different variant of gold. It doesn't even look as good. Now I know a lot of people are going to be like flaming me in the chat or in the comments. Yeah, I don't care. It's my opinion, like I said. And the Hoyle foil is just not. It's only good if you and your squad mates have no sprites. But by now, everyone has sprites. The launch for it should have honestly came before gold, but it came so late that there was no point getting it because people were just sitting there on the Fortnite Discord trading, or were begging or were creeping on streamers that had good sprites. There was no point in bringing these guys in my opinion. Now we're gonna go to the next one that launched, and I'm pretty sure this was the Cube. Cube, I think if you go in the storm, you take damage, and I think you're faster. To be kind of honest, honestly, yes. It wasn't a bad design, nor was it a bad ability. I think the only issue with it was, to be honest, I think it was just the ability. No, what was his ability? Did I get told? Okay, fuck me, I guess. Yeah, I think it was you get faster in the storm though whenever you took damage by the storm, but I don't know why anyone's living in the storm, so the ability was kind of useless, but the design was just chef's kiss on the fucking cake, bro. It was really good. Quack. Now, I have the quack water, but this resembles all of them. Now, you do get them pretty easily if you max like over 70 sprites, and I'm putting them right in F. I mean D. It's a good ability. I think the quack is that you get more XP with more sprites, pretty sure. Don't it won't tell me, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Is the more sprites you have in your inventory, I think the more XP it gains. I do think it was a good design, but the reason why I'm putting it so low is because it's just an off color of Gem, which Gem is getting S tier. Gem is also a very good design, like I said. And I think Gem gives you like 30% less fall damage. Wait a minute, there is a sprite I'm missing. I'm missing the fucking air sprite. I didn't even notice I was missing a sprite. I'm missing the air sprite. My god. I was like, wait, what cute little fucker am I missing? I'm missing the air sprite. What the hell? Well, let's get this thing in. Hello, little guy. Welcome to the late. The gem is great if you're doing fall damage early in the game. You take 30 less. But now this is the best sprite, honestly, in the game. You're faster and you take 0 fall damage. And this honestly goes before the variants. It's really good, especially early in. You can just drop down first thing and land. Really great. And I like the air sprite. It's really cute. It's just it's just evaporated water sprite, you know? And yeah, I think this is my tier list. If you guys have any opinions, put them in the comments. I would love to know where you guys rank these guys. But if you guys think I should rank other things in games, I should. I think this will be another tier list I will do maybe with Rise of Kingdoms infantry on how I use them and how useful they are. Or maybe who's my best friend and putting them in the tier list. Who knows? But honestly, this is a good reasonable thing. Like I said, the Quacksprite is just an off-color version of the gem. I looked at both variants. It's just literally a bluer and purple version of gems. There's no difference to it. But if you guys enjoy, like, subscribe, and have a nice one. This was Fire Gatling's tier list. And like I said, if you want to change anything, put it down in the comments. See you guys on the next one.
I got a little frame and a bigger little dream. One take, one smile, make it look too clean. Phone on the table, light on my face.